Hello, everybody in 4D Freespace Facebook group. This is Captain Sweep, and I'm making the first move in the game. And this has been quite a process, and Captain Sweep has had a few problems along the way. George McCurdius is helping me out, and you know him, right? This guy, the curator of the library. He's really big into the now, the yin yang, the entry point into our nonlinear time system. And now there's a game of 144 moves to build the 4D free space. But the first move is me. And there's a lot to this move. It's not just your basic kind of move. You got to make a move. I'm making a real big move, but there's a lot of parts to the move and got to kind of get some help from the rest of the 4D space Facebook group members to participate. And so the beginning of this is a bit of a question per day from the Remedy Oracle, where we're going to try to find out from the members within here what you really think and how you feel about 4D free space, just so we can sort of get everyone on board, because we're about to make this move. And so we got to get you guys ready for the move. Don't forget that, this is coming from Bucky, man. The guy was a genius and he was pointing somewhere. And George McCurdy is jumping onto that. And now I'm jumping in a bit of a unique way. So my name's Captain Sweep, and I have this very secret plan. And in the plan, I have a bunch of tools in something called the New Paradigm Toolkit. And there are maps and card sets and game boards, processes, and software. So I've been wondering, what's the first move? Like which one to use first? Which one to start? What's the right map? It's a bit mind-boggling. Some maps seem pretty important, like this one. Like, don't you want to go build a new paradigm? Don't you want to bring the love in? Like, how do you start a very secret plan? What's the beginning? How do you get things going? I got it. You got to start with a good question. Not only start with a good question, start with the methodology of answering that question. Ask the right question. So that's it. So that's it. So that's it. The first question I thought I would ask is, what are the communication protocols for 4D free space? Okay, well, maybe that wasn't exactly right. What would be the best communication protocols to enter into 4D free space? So the idea is that the library is going to be built, and it's going to be built through moves in a game. And the first move is Captain Sweep with a very secret plan coming in with whatever this move is. So part of the move, not the whole move, is linked to this new software program called the Remedy Oracle, where you can input a question and you get this. You get 3 cards in a row, and this is like a spell. And so you have a value, a convo type, and a lens. And in this particular configuration, we have the value of happiness. The convo type is a reformat conversation type, and the lens is wholeness. And so if we read those and we say happiness is to value the quality or state of being happy, reformat is to change the direction in the design to adapt to the circumstances, and wholeness is the whole assemblage of parts and elements belonging to a thing. And so this is a divination. This is a random configuration. And so you've asked the question, or I asked the question, and then this came up. And the main reference point here is the center point, the conversation type. Within the New Paradigm Toolkit, there are 72 conversation types, and this is one of them within the creativity conversations. And so the reformat is like when you reformat a computer, you can reformat the mind. You can reformat whatever you're looking at, which means start all over, which means you got to begin with a clean slate. And so the clean slate is basically you or the people coming into the 4D free space. You can't come in there with a big ego. You can't come in there with all these preconceptions. You have to come in with humility, and you have to come in with humor. You have to come in with an openness in order to enter into free space, at least from my perspective. Now, the value is programming that conversational field. So here we have happiness, and happiness is you're happy to reformat your mind. You're happy to enter into free space. If you're in an unhappy mood, you probably won't get there. And so it's a combination of this field of openness with the intrusion of happiness, and then focused on your wholeness. I know you kind of can't see it, but up there it says wholeness. So the focus point, the lens, is focusing your mind on wholeness. So, like, what is it to be whole? Who are we when we are, let's say, whole with our higher self, whole with our soul, whole with the people that we love, whole with Mother Earth? And so, if we're reformatting ourselves into wholeness, at the same time being very, very happy about it, that seems like a very interesting way to go into 4D free space and creating protocols around that. Now, it's up to you to go, oh, wait a second, I see it differently, or I see this perspective, or I think it means this. So if you're watching this video now, so the next thing for you to do is to write down what you think your answer is. And so every day we're going to have one question here. We're going to begin to learn as a group how to get everyone's perspectives focused through a new type of remedy divination system. And so that's part of the first move of coming into the building of the 4D Free Space Library, and Captain Sweep and the Very Secret Plan bringing forth a few of the tools to start to get people excited about what's about to happen.